Christophe Attelé is CEO at Trendigo, the provider of a unique contactless payment and access management app for events. His experience as a chief executive officer totals 3 positions and almost 30 years. At Trendigo, Christophe invests these decades to lead the creation of a seamless payment experience.
Hello, FinTech leaders and builders. Today, we have the next episode of our Guts, Grit, and the FinTech podcast. And my name is Vasil Solashuk from INSART, which is a FinTech engineering startup studio. And this is the show for strong-minded entrepreneurs who are not afraid to transform the financial industry, who are not afraid to take the risk to get the reward and build brighter financial future. And let me welcome our new guest, Christophe Attelé from Trendigo. Christophe, hello.
Hello, Vasil. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, and thank you for joining us today.
Welcome.
And can you tell us a few words about yourself? What's your background?
Yes, it was a pleasure. First of all, we are based in Montreal, Canada. I come from France, through the Caribbean, where I lived for 16 years, managing publicist agencies there. So my background is really marketing and advertising, and event industry, of course. I have 2 co-founders, one who particularly knows event industry, which is where we are going. We'll talk about that. And the other one is really in the development and infrastructure building industry. So he built most of what we are doing.
So that's always interesting to learn more about, what are the reasons actually behind founding the new company. So if you can tell us, so why actually did you come to this idea with Trendigo?
Well, the first point was to offer communities of merchants a tool to bring loyalty to their customers inside communities of merchants. And so we started there, but it was pretty difficult to scale up with small merchants. And with the COVID crisis, we had to rethink the way we offer services. And we discovered through our experiences that event industry had a huge need in terms of bringing all together the payment, the on-site payment, the sale of the ticket, and the entrance management. So that's where we pivoted 1.5 years ago to build this ecosystem, payment ecosystem with features for events.
So why would we actually call Trendigo a fintech company?
Well, it's a fintech company because we built our own gateway to be able to connect any kind of acquirer to Trendigo for an event being able to process payments a different way. Up to now, if they want to accept payments, they need payment terminals, they need a website to sell the tickets, they need places on site to do the same thing. And there is no related and live reconciliation of all these operations. So what we are doing is connected all this together and make that simple for them, just with one registration to being able to do all the stuff that is needed when you are managing an event.
Okay. And who would you name as your primary target audience and client segment as of now?
It's really festival industries that could be the perfect fit, because in some days or weeks, they need all the infrastructure in place. And with Trendigo, you don't have to deploy anything. It's really all included inside one app and one portal. And just with that, you are able to process everything that is needed for a festival. So you don't need any more badges, you don't need any more scanners, you don't need any more producing tools or bracelets or anything. You just have to ask your customers to come with their mobile.
All right. So what kind of problem are you trying to actually solve? So how can you define this particular problem for this client segment?
Well, we already talked a little bit about that, but when you are an event organizer, you have to find a payment system. You have to find an access management system. You have to find a way to sell your tickets. And all these are not in the same tool. So all these tools have also to be connected to a CRM or to an ERP or to another thing. So it's very complicated for them and costly, because each time that you're using a new tool, of course, you have to pay something new. So by using Trendigo, you reduce your cost, you increase your operational facilities, and it's so easy to do, with a reduction of costs and with an increase in sales and revenue, of course, because you can repeat your sales with your mobile application on site very easily without having the necessity to use different methods of payment.
So it looks like that similar solutions already existed on the market for a while. So can you tell us, so what's your go-to-market strategy, also including the regional perspective? So are you operational in Canada only, or the States, Europe?
When we look at the market, you have a lot of competition in each field of what we are doing. But nobody's bringing all together in one simple ecosystem. And that's what's new with Trendigo. Our go-to-market strategy starts in Canada, is open to all the emerging markets with the accompaniment of MasterCard. And of course, as we are in Canada, as the United States is very close, we have some clients. We are accompanied in the United States also. And we are discussing right now in Europe, starting in France, because it's easier for us. But our ecosystem can be plugged to any kind of acquire worldwide. It's already working. And if you're using just a cashless, the cashless payment with our digital wallets, you can plug it to your event worldwide right now.
So it's like integrating different elements of the ecosystem that already exist into like all-in-one solution, like all-in-one payment solution for events. Is it something like that?
Yes, not things that already exist, but really features that already exist.
Okay.
All in one ecosystem and one application, which makes Trendigo very simple to use, because you don't have to think how to reconciliate, how to connect, how to follow what is happening in terms of sales during my event, how many people are on site, how many tickets did I sold, all this in one platform without having to do anything else than just registering.
Christophe, so what's your progress so far? So what have you achieved with Trendigo already?
We have we have about 30 events that will use Trendigo this year. The project is to go to 100 by the end of 2024 and 1,000 by the end of 2025. So we are very in the learning curve. As I mentioned, we started 1 year and a half to pivot and to think about this tool. It's already live. Everybody can download it on the Android and iOS platform. We are PCI compliant. We have amazing acquirers we are connected with, and yes, everything is starting the right way. So we are also processing payments right now, of course.
Sounds like a good progress. And you also mentioned that you have two other partners and co-founders. Can you tell us a bit how did you come to work with them, and who else are in your team?
Sure. Yes, we met when I arrived in Canada. I continued to manage the operations for the advertising agencies, and at a moment they were clients of us, and at a moment of our conversation and progress, they asked me to join them. They were not in the same tool approach, but together we built this new Trendigo, and it was very interesting because we built trust together, starting by working together before building Trendigo. So that was great. And if we're talking about the entire team, we also have 4 developers inside the company, 2 working on the back end and front end, and 2 managing the development of the applications and security. And we also have, of course, some other companies we are working with to help us be strong on some processes, payment processes particularly.
So going forward, so what you envision as a corporate vision for Trendigo, and what specific mission are you on?
Well, up to now, Trendigo is really focusing on bringing events, all the tools needed to process payment any way they need it. So whatever the experience they want to bring to their customers, we should be able to bring the solution to them. Trendigo is one of these solutions, but in the future we would be able to propose any kind of new ideas they could have to bring them to life.
So, Christophe, so what is the primary challenge for you as a founder, and what's your next several strategic moves for the next 6 to 12 months would be?
It's funny because I come from a world where you build just on your customers. So you have a new customer, you build on it, you have a second one, you build on it, and so on. To a world, the startup world, where financing your company is key to continue the path and the journey. So as CEO, my first focus is really bringing money to the company and fuel it to continue to grow. This takes close to half of my time. And this is a big challenge because, of course, there is a lot of competition in the field, and we have to prove every time that everything is working the right way. So yes, that's the biggest challenge we have right now, because you need to do that each 6 to 8 months or each year. But we have in mind that our objective is really to be break even in 1 year and a half. So the journey to go there is not too complicated, but we have to do it.
So once you raise the current round, so what would be your primary objectives after that? Well, right after that,
it's less in terms of objective than in terms of operations that will bring to life. So go to market, marketing, and pushing the solution to the correct targets. That's the key, because we already know how they want to use it. So we have to invest much more in marketing and communication to push it. And there is one thing that we'll do in the coming weeks, because the tool is used by clients to sell their own tickets. And what we want in the future is that Trendigo be really the place where you can find tickets for anything in addition of what we're doing. So we'll put these tickets inside Trendigo application for people worldwide could access to them easily and for a much lower cost than what exists already.
Christophe, so looks like a very reasonable action plan. So thank you for sharing this. So, and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for your time and for give us the opportunity to share this with your public.
Yeah, and for everyone watching us, so you can find the link to Trendigo below this video. And thank you for watching today. And let's keep building FinTech together. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Still watching us and have not subscribed yet? Let's fix this. Also, don't forget to like this video and take a look at the other episodes we have. See ya!